So your boss comes to you and says, "Can you please arrange a meeting for the end of this week?" But how do you do that and what do you say? Well, don't worry, you're going to find out in this lecture. So sit back, get ready to take some notes, and let's learn some business English. If you haven't done so already, print the PDF of the lecture worksheet now. Welcome to the second lecture in your free Business English course. Today, I'm going to teach you how to arrange a meeting in English. So let's start by talking about how to ask people for a meeting. Take a look at the language focus on your worksheets. Let's start by looking at some phrases you can use to ask for a meeting. Could we schedule a time to meet next week? I'd like to schedule a meeting as soon as possible. This is also known as ASAP. Can we meet and go over this together? Perhaps we could meet and go over the details in person? Okay, great. Now let's look at some phrases you can use to suggest a meeting time. How about Monday at 9 o'clock? How about sometime after lunch? Can we meet sometime next week? Could we meet at 7:30 on Tuesday evening? And finally, would 5:30 be okay for you? Now let's look at some phrases that you can use to say that you can attend. Sounds good to me. Yes, that works for me. And finally, yes, that would be fine. Now, what if someone else is arranging the meeting and you can't attend? Let's look at some phrases to use for this situation. For the first phrase, sorry, I can't make it then. And here's the second phrase, I'm afraid I can't make it then. And finally, I'm a bit busy then. How about another time? And finally, let's look at some phrases to use to confirm the date and time. First, see you on Monday at 10 o'clock. And now, so I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. And finally, sounds great. I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Okay, now let's check to see if you remember what you just learned. Let's do a couple of quick exercises. Let's start with exercise 1 on your worksheets. Exercise 1. Practice. Put the words in the correct order to make sentences used to arrange a meeting. Pause the lecture and do the exercise on your worksheet. All right, let's check your answers and see how you guys did. 1. Let's have a meeting sometime soon. 2. When would you like to meet? 3. How about Thursday morning at 11:30? 4. How would next Tuesday be for you? 5. Yes, that would be fine. And finally, 6. I look forward to meeting you then. Okay, great. Now let's look at exercise 2 on your worksheets. Exercise 2. Practice. Choose words from the box to complete the sentences. And here are the words: another, about, great, afraid, good, fine, meet, morning, person, and booked. Pause the lecture and do the exercise on your worksheet. All right, time to check your answers again. 1. Could we meet next Tuesday at 3 o'clock? 2. Can we meet in person tomorrow to go over the numbers? 3. How about tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock? 4. Would 1 o'clock on Friday be good for you? 5. I'm afraid tomorrow wouldn't be good for me. 6. Sorry, but I'm booked all day on Wednesday. 7. Sounds great. I'll see you next Monday at 3 o'clock. 8. Yes, that's fine with me. 9. Could we meet another time on Monday? And finally, 10. Okay, I'll see you in the morning at 8 a.m. Nice job, guys. Now, before we finish, let's look at another special feature of my courses. With perspectives, we look at famous quotes that are connected to the lecture in some way. So take a look at this quote by Plato on your worksheets. A wise man speaks because he has something to say. A fool speaks because he has to say something. Plato. So this basically means don't speak unless you have something important to say. This is a good rule to remember when you're in a meeting. Great job, guys. You finished the second lecture. Now in the next lecture, I'm going to give you some tips about speaking effectively on the telephone. So until then, keep learning and I'll see you soon.